Hey Brian, this is in response to your Chevrolet 5.3 motor flush. I watched that video and came across a service truck that had low oil pressure, and the guy that was selling it said that he'd had it sold already and it started making noise. A guy went for a test drive and brought it back and it was making a lot of rattling stuff. So it's a 2001 2500 HD with a service bed on it, and I intend to do some mechanic work. I'll tell you in a moment, but there it is, and it has this. I didn't bring the keys. It has a service bed on it. You can see that, and anyway, so I watched your video and I go, man, I can get that truck and flush it out and it's going to be okay. And it was running about 20 pounds of pressure when I started it at the guy's place, and that was about an hour and 15 minutes away, about 70 miles away. And it would, at road speed, 70 miles an hour, it'd hold 40 pounds, but about 60 minutes into the trip, about 10 minutes away, it dropped to 40, and it dropped to 19, it dropped to 15, and it started really making some racket. So I slowed it down and tried to keep what I thought was 10 pounds of pressure per RPM, 1,000 RPMs. So if it went to 20 pounds, I slowed down to what it was essentially 55 for it to maintain 2,000 RPMs, 20 pounds of pressure. And then when I slowed down, it just dropped some more. So, make a long story short, when I arrived at home, it was making some ticking noises, and just killed it and pulled the valve cover on the driver's side, and checked out the rocker arms and the push rods, took them out, and they were pretty clean, and dropped the pan to see if there was some gunk in there, but did the motor flush, changed the filter, put the pan back on, and rode several weeks. I went 2 days a week out of town to. I've already fed you, cat. Go out of town to about 40 miles away and work on some used cars and some trade-ins and stuff like that to make some on-the-side money, and did that for a couple of weeks until yesterday. It started losing pressure again, got down to 20 pounds at idle and about 39 pounds at road speed, and I dropped the pan and found some of this. So here's my Sharpie, and there's you'll see right there the Sharpie just rolled on it. There is a, hang on, let me put it right there, and this is the removal pattern for the caps underneath. But I found these long shavings of metal, and it's aluminum, seems to be aluminum, and the usual suspect for that is rod bearings or crank bearings. So the first part of this question is, before I pull all the the main caps off, is the suspect usually the pistons, and then the piston bearings? And if so, can I put the piston bearings in, or the rod bearings, and be good, or should while I'm there try to old school pull off the accessories off the front, pull the transmission off the back and the flex plate, and take the back cover off, and carefully, gingerly drop down the crankshaft and roll in some main bearings while I'm there? So that's the first part of the question. And in the next remaining seconds, I had a question. I noticed that you don't have a lift, that you use ramps, and you do your mechanic work in a regular height building, it seems to me. So let this be a two-parter. How's that working out for you? I'm 40 years old and don't like to. I'm not the creeper kind of guy to get under there and out in the cold. At least you're inside with some heat. But this is in southeast Arkansas, so it doesn't get that cold here. But it's 40 degrees now and pretty chilly to be working on something. So I've packed up some of my tools in the back of the caddy there, and I'm going to go, as soon as my wife gets back, to go do some more work. But anyway, could you make a video about just your shop arrangement and how that's working out for you? Do you in the future want to put a lift up or build a higher building? Is there some city constraints where you're at? Because I'm going through the process right now of getting my place zoned commercial. I'm one block off of commercial space on the main drag. You can kind of see a service station and the traffic out there past that church. But this is my place, and I thought maybe putting up a shop right there, just something, maybe a metal building, whatever the city would permit. And I wanted to build it 16 foot high at the walls so that I could put a 2-poster in it so I can get stuff up and down. But maybe I can avoid the expense if do you intend to work out of the back of your house for a long time, and is that working out for you? Because I really love being with my kids and near my house. I'm a Baptist minister too, and my studies over there, and you know I love being with my family. You can hear some of them in there now, but anyway, just do a video response or whatever you like. See you, thanks.